Merry meet all, it's Samhuinn here in the southern hemisphere, and hi babies! Now, when I first moved here about a year ago, just over a year ago, I had zoned everything out, but everything that happened sort of messed up all my plans and delayed everything, so we're starting again. Hi puppies! Plus I have some extra additions in my life. I didn't plan on having my duckies, and I wanted to get a couple of geese. You coming, guys? Come on! Come on! Oh, so funny. The door's open. They just go in and out when they want, unless I'm not home. If I'm not home, I lock them in the enclosure just to be sure and safe. But anywho's, so where we at? So obviously, okay, so when I first moved here, my intention was to get 2 geese, a boy and a girl, and that was it. But instead, the chicken math happened. I took in a rooster. Then he needed 2 ladies. 1 lady is way too little for 1 boy, 1 rooster. You need at least 2, depending on the rooster size and breed, I guess. I mean, my Roo, he's a silkie, so his lack of prowess sort of makes up for the only having 2 girls, because they're a lot, well, they were bigger than him. He's bigger than them now, but he's still a bit unco because of his Buffy hairdo and whatnot. not knocking the afro. So anyway, so when I first moved here, yeah, the envision was 2 geese, but then I got the Roo, then I got the girls for him, and then I took in ducks, 3 siblings, and then I got in more duckies because the boys needed more girls, and chicken math. That's how it goes. And it's not nothing to do with not having any degree or exercise of control. It's that male birds do need a specific amount of females. Otherwise, if you don't have enough females for the boys, the girls can actually die. They can suffer unnecessarily and get overstressed, overworked. Yeah, so you got to have a good ratio of girls to boys. And there's no way in Buckley's I was going to separate my 2 boys, the brothers. They're both beautiful, sweet things. There's just no way. So, far go, I ended up with more birds than I had envisioned, and different birds to what I envisioned getting in the first place. Now, I'm walking around aimlessly because I'm trying to see where I dropped a key, and I can't see where I've dropped it here. Oh, Merlin. But you know, I don't have any dogs. As you can hear, Merlin, he acts like a really good alarm dog. He's just got feathers instead, and he lets me know if anyone's hanging about that he's not sure about. Hello, puppies! Whoa. We've got some cleaning to do today. Yeah. Oh, look, you're such a cutie. So this vlog is not, believe it or not, about my birds. It's about where I'm up to in this backyard, this ruin garden, and I've made a few changes here and there along the way as I got more birds, you know, and goals sort of deviate a little bit, and I finally want to sit down and get my zones redone. Now, this came up in the course, in conversation, not part of content, zoning, and more in particular permaculture, zoning used in permaculture. And I went back over my notes from permaculture from quite a few years ago, and it's like, oh yeah. So it's funny, you can say zoning in different contexts and they mean different things, or different industries and they mean different things. So within permaculture, there's zoning of managing human energy. So you zone 0 is your house. And then there's a recommendation of what is closest to your house, going from zone 1 to 5. Now, check this out, I don't drink that stuff. Someone's thrown it over my fence, so I've got a big clean up to do. So 5 being wilderness, nature sort of thing. I sort of don't agree with what they recommend goes where and what, but that's basically because I'm quite different to most people. To me, the wilderness is the closest thing I want to me, because that's what I access the most. I'm of the old ways. I don't want a compost bin outside my freaking door. I mean, I want my animals closest to my windows, because outside of the plants, my animals take more of my time and care every day, so I want them closest to me at all times. Hello puppies! Come and help me clean out this second greenhouse. Come on my little duckies. Come on! Oh, come here. Oh, come and help me do some cultivation of the soil. Come on! Let's see if we find any buggies. Oh, Sunna. Are you alright, honey? Oh, lifting that leg's a pain, isn't it? Yeah. You're limping a bit today. A bit more than normal. Hey, Freya, what are you doing? Sorry, this is turning out to be a bit of a rambly. Not rambly, just a dragging vlog. Freya, what are you doing? Come on, girl. Come on, sweetheart. What's she doing? Come on, Freya. Freya. Oh, Merlin, put a sock in it, buddy. Come on, Freya. Come on, sweetheart. I do have more keys in the shed that I can use. But yeah, no. I think I must have put the key inside somewhere. Because originally I thought I'd just left it out here in the chair with the stoppers that I'm putting in the greenhouse. So anyway, back to greenhouses and zoning. I'm going to rezone the yard. Are you going to help me, Bella, Bella, Bella? Oh, look at that belly. Bella, 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 Bella. Ba, 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 ba. What are you doing, Luca? We're all a little bit frazzled because I captured a cat straying on my property for the 4th time in a week. Same cat, and I've got a suspicion of who it's coming from. They literally just don't care. They let their animals wander and breed and sell off what they can, and it's just so gross. It had actually killed an Australian, a wild bird here yesterday, and it's obviously hungry as well. It's underfed, so I've detained her. She's in my shed now, and she's in a fox trap cage, and I've got some water in there, an old jumper. I put in some biscuits in there for her as well, and that's my buddy, the Rosella. Geek! Geek! Hello, buddy. The other problem too is if you've got female cats wandering around your property who aren't splayed or desexed, you end up getting all the tomcats as well, and it's just I also don't want to deal with the cat feces, especially from owners as well, who I'd be scared to catch anything off just being in their company, let alone anything else. Lack of hygiene. So it's just not on. It's frustrating because I'm probably going to have to. I'll either be late tomorrow or I won't be able to come into class. Just depending. I have to wait for the council to come around and take the cat I've detained. What else? But also my throat is a little bit tingly. I've got tonsils, and yesterday we were standing out in the rain on class on Monday, the same on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we were in the shed and it was cold, and my tonsils have just gone I had a big headache on Tuesday afternoon, night. Here we go. I don't get head colds really. Last time I had a real big one was post-hip recon down in 2013. But I do get buggered tonsils. Add to that being stressed, if I'm stressed and then I'm exposed to cold for long periods of time, chances of getting my tonsils coming up like baubles are pretty high. So it's probably going to be good for me to take tomorrow off anyway, just to rug up and just drink hot herbal tea all day, gargle my salt, and prevent my tonsils becoming full-blown tonsillitis and then a head cold. We don't want that. No. Especially at the moment, everyone's still hyper down this way on bloody COVID, so... Oh, Merlin! There's someone doing roof work over there as well. It's not making Merlin happy. What's going on, guys? No. You gonna help me? So I've waffled on enough. Yeah. Now I've got to let the people know what we're doing with the greenhouses. Yes. Whoa, Freya. You want some more pellets? I'll go get some. No, you've still got pellets in your dish over there. Hey? Alright. So, let's look at greenhouse situation. And then I'll stop recording and sketch out my zones of what I'm putting where, and I might possibly upload these recordings today, and when I do the new zoning sketch outs, I might actually record that today and post it today, just get it over and done with, because I'm going to use one or two of the beds in the zones as an assignment submission for the courses, for the Hawk courses. Anyway, without further ado, why have I got where what? Okay, so this is an apex framed greenhouse. Now, greenhouses can be attached or detached. Now, if you're in a windy location, having a greenhouse that's attached obviously is a big help. If you have very rough weather in general, extra hot, extra cold, blah blah blah, it's also beneficial to have the greenhouses attached. Now, usually an attached greenhouse means that it would actually be attached to the wall, but this one here is pretty much wedged between the shed and fence, and I'll also be bricking it down, tent peg. Hello babies, my friend. Hello baby. Oh, Big Ben. Can you see him? Yeah. What you doing, darling? Yeah, this is another reason I don't want freaking cats just running around. My cat doesn't come out here. She's 27 years old. Yeah? But, you know, beautiful big Rosella. He's just gone on this side of the camera to the left. He's probably going to climb on the roof now. But, you know, it's not fair in wildlife. They have it hard enough as it is with urbanisation and sprawl. And, you know, people just neglecting their animals. Like, oh, we love animals. Oh, really? How about you actually look after them? Then I'll believe you. You know, and then there's that whole... Here you go, I'm ranting again. Then there's that whole... You know, if you love cats or dogs, apparently you love animals, but, you know, to fuck hell with all the other critters. The only things that matters in this world is dogs, cats and humans, apparently to some people, and they think that's loving animals. Drives me nuts. I just fully digressed. Oh, troubles. So anyway, so this, for all intensive purposes, is an attached greenhouse because it is abutting boundary lines or structures being the shed and the boundary fence, one of the boundary fences. Now the difference in this greenhouse to my other greenhouse, which is also attached because it's wedged between a boundary fence and the actual house itself, is that I'm actually growing in-ground. In my other greenhouse, I've got things on shelves. However, that being said, I won't be growing things in the ground straight away because I'm going to be cultivating the soil. Preparing the soil, building it up. I'm also going to create raised beds from the ground. Not off the ground, but just edging, so I can get right in there and build up the soil. I have a few ideas of what, where and what I want to plant, but I need to sit down and group everything into its preferred pH brackets and soil type, so I can plan it out proper in accordance to the things that I want to grow in my gardens and long term to cultivate and, you know, possibly supply to the public as well. So I've got to do that. So I can't tell you exactly what I'm going to be putting where right now. Also, what I need to do after I finish recording is just tighten the screws. I've just put them up on lightly, and once I've tightened the screws, I'm going to finish doing this. So I am using lasagna method. Lasagna method is pretty much no dig, and you're building up opposed to digging down. Cardboard and paper breaks down really quickly. The centre, I've just used the canvas bags of my chicken feed that have been ripped open as the centre, because I'm actually going to use sand and brick as a walkway in the centre. And so yeah, I need to do that. Just tighten up the screws. I am interested in getting the cover up today because I've got plants I want to bring in here already, even though I'm not going to plant them into the soil yet. I do have some shelving, old shelving, which we'll go and have a look now, and into the greenhouse. Hey guys, what you doing? Oh, aren't you Bonnie? Aren't you Bonnie? Yeah. Hello, sweethearts. Oh. Suna. Hello, puppies. That little bell sound you can hear, that's a Rosella. That's Big Ben. That's my red Rosella. He's such a sweetie. He's got a whole harem at the moment. So funny. He brings them down. Hello, guys. You want some fresh stuff? Oh, Merlin. Oh, you want something, buddy? Oh. You're so funny. Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. You're so funny. It's weird, you know. I wish it was the other way around. I wish, you know, look, I'm vegan, but if I had to, I will eat the eggs. But I think keeping birds, chickens and ducks and geese and just birds in general, I think, you know, like these guys, they're not really flying birds, are they? They sort of like to scavenge and, you know, they do a lot of work for this on the soil for you, for free. And they're so cathartic. They're just having these guys in your life. It's just so fun to watch. And, you know, even if the rooster crows a little bit, he's not too bad. It's not like some of the breeds out there that can really belt it out. I'm hearing their little gaducks. Hello, babies. Oh, it's okay, Sigrid. It's okay. That's okay, honey. You know Cookie. Yeah. You know Cookie. You have magpie friends. Sigrid was sounding off the alarm. Oh, it's okay. Okay, so where was I going? We're going over here. I got distracted talking about how cathartic the chooks were and just birds in general. I wish there was a switch in pet ownership that people owned more birds and took care of them responsibly. instead of cats and dogs. I mean, oh my gosh, we're just destroying everything and being selective of what, you know, I just, if we're going to take over space and resources, then I think we have an obligation to accommodate all animals, not just the ones that we think are worthy of attention. We can't just have the only animals on the planet being humans, cats and dogs. And that, you know, we're the top of it all. Like, this is a mindset alone which triggers me, let alone anything else. Anyway, enough of the rambling. Gosh, I'm rambling a bit today. So anyway, a few different types of kale. I've got some Italian cylindrical beets as well. Only a few of the seeds took, which is fine. I don't need them all to take because I'll be propagating. Russian reds, kale, ornamental kale, bare necessities kale, Siberian kale. I need to prick them all out. I should have pricked them all out, honestly, probably a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, these will be going into the second greenhouse. These here will be going to the second greenhouse. I've already got my legumes as well ready to go. I've got quite a few of the Lamiaceae family, or rosemaries and mints up here at the moment, and nasturtiums. As you can see, this greenhouse is closest to my house. So in all intensive purposes in permaculture, it would be zone 1. And the reason why I like it here is because I don't have excuses to not come in here. Seedlings need more care than more established plants or more hardy plants. The greenhouse furthest away, which would be like zone 2 bordering on 3 on the property, would actually be more self-sustaining, so I don't need as much hands-on. But I do go out there because my duck run is over there and I clean my duck run every day, so you know, it's not like it's out in the middle of nowhere. So as you can see, this greenhouse is all shelved and it's perfect for my seed and plant propagation in here, and getting them established. It's right next to my house too. That's my house wall. My den or room with the flat screen and mungan is there. Bedroom windows here, and here's one of the boundary fences. So this is also, for all intensive purposes, an attached greenhouse. It's also apex. I've got some slats of fencing pales here that I'm using just temporary as a walkway. My intention is actually to cut them in thirds, each of these strips, and to lay them out as stepping stones in the centre. There'll be enough for here and also the second greenhouse with sand in the middle. I haven't sandbagged the sides, or let me rephrase that. I haven't put the canvas mashing that I want to put down in the centre. I just put the slats here because I needed ASAP, you know, non-muddy, non-dirty walkway. So there's that. So really, without further ado, I need to get onto it. Finish tightening up the second greenhouse. Prick out seedlings, start transferring seedlings to the other greenhouse. Oh, that's what I was going to mention. So over the years I've accumulated some shelving for greenhouses with old greenhouses I no longer use or fallen apart, what have you, and I was using them to stack wood. But since I don't have the soil cultivated or set up planters in the new or the second greenhouse yet, which has replaced the first old one, which is over in the corner over there, which is going to become a tree nursery. Well, not tree nursery, a greenhouse just for trees. I'm contemplating of making it a half wall. So with greenhouses, you can have a full wall or a half wall. A half wall basically means that only half of usually the top half of the greenhouse is covered. So, you know, there's still air and everything going in there. Whereas a full greenhouse is completely covered. A half greenhouse can help take the rough of the weather on plants that aren't oversensitive but a little sensitive. It's also good for trees as well. If you have issues with wildlife eating your berries and that sort of thing, half greenhouses can work really well with that too. Hey, they sort of take away the bullseye from the sky for opportunistic parrots and so forth. So that's why that greenhouse there was my first one here over in that corner, outside of the two that I had with me when I came in, which was like, you know, 2 metre ones. They weren't big, they were just temp. But it's an arching one, so that's going to be perfect for the trees and shrubs. As I've mentioned previously in my post, that I grow for myself, but also to take with me. So I always have something in a pot, but then I'll also establish it in the property I'm in scaping it. So when I go, it's scaped and I still have the plants with me. I was rushed in the process when I moved last, and I ended up losing some plants that I really wish I didn't, but it's okay, it is what it is. I could only do what I could do with what I had at the time. And, you know, we are where we are. So anyway, so that's the other thing I want to do today, is I'm going to move these logs all to this wall and just use these shelves temporarily in that in-ground greenhouse, which is attached to the apex one over at the back near the duck run. Now, the reason why I'm not using this firewood is it hasn't finished curing. Typically with firewood you need to cure it for at least a year before you start burning it, for many reasons. Look into it. Probably do a post on it one day on storing firewood and using firewood and different woods. But I think my camera is going to, the timer on the recording is going to cut out soon. So that's what I'm up to in my greenhouse. I'm going to do a quick sketch of zones, and then I'm going to go straight into doing what I need to do, tightening the screws, putting the cover, pricking out seedlings, moving shelves over there, and also I would like to get some of that wood pulled apart so I can start using it to build the planters over there. We'll see how I go. The day is what it is, and it's getting away from me, and I've got a lot to do. Bless the bee, Mary Part. Hope you're all keeping sane, safe, busy, and you know, it doesn't matter what's going on around you, just don't let it distract you to the point of not getting this shit done. This stuff is more important than anything. It really is. And I think all the baloney in games is to distract you from being able to sustain yourself or do things for yourself at the end of the day. It's always in the back of my mind that it's deliberate. That's why I don't watch TV or do fads and trends. Anyway, blessed be, Mary Part, and you're going to say goodbye, Merlin? Ka-tuck. He's such a good boy. Yeah. Got a glare covering up your pretty face. Oh, is it a bit better? Yeah. Bye for now.